And it's not poured yet, but we want to talk about the Quinta Raban. Quinta. I'm terrible at pronouncing it. It was the 16 Men of Tane.
Yeah, well, that's Glenmorangie.
Yes.
Okay.
Everything is made by the 16 Men of Tane.
16 Men of Tane.
And
Quinta Raban.
Quinta is the region?
Yes. So it's a port cask.
Portuguese port.
Yes, and Quinta is the region in Portugal that the port comes from. And then Ruban for ruby, because they say it has a rosy color.
It really does.
It does have a reddish
tint to it.
Quinta Ruban, and it's a 14-year-old.
And we haven't had this one in a while.
Yeah.
It's been a couple years.
A couple years
since we've had this one, so it's gonna be nice to try it again.
Now,
Honey. Very honey.
chocolate.
I get honey.
I would lean more to the chocolate.
It's got a bit of an edge on the smell. I mean, not bad. Like it's
it got a little bite on the back end.
This one's gonna have smoke. Still a lot of fruit though. Oranges.
Oh. Still so fruity.
Yeah.
So this one is this whiskey, 12 years old. Then they stick it in there for 2 years to finish it, to get it to a total of 14 years old. So as we stand right now, we have 10, 12,
You're right, yeah.
14.
Still got that underlying honey from like the first one. Actually, now I think about the lemon from the first one and honey and chocolate, I'm like, there you go.
I do get chocolate, but it's late. Yeah, it comes in late. Ooh, real sweet at the end. Wow, real sweet.
Yeah, you're right about that chocolate at the end. I can kind of see, I get a citrus. I wouldn't call it a lemon. I wouldn't call it a lemon.
It's definitely orange on this nose.
But I get the citrus in there too. So this one feels like almost this one without the sherry punch.
Yeah.
So right before the sherry punches in on this one, right, you lose it's everything up there, then you don't get the sherry punch, right? And it just continues on without that sherry punch in there. That port really comes at the end, and I think that's where that chocolate
definitely
comes
punching in the end on that chocolate, and like a little spicy finish there too when the chocolate's coming in.
Okay, so I cheated.
Yeah.
This is sherry. This is port. Drink.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Twist my arm.
Now smell the sherry though.
Oh wow!
Right.
But this one's really starting to get into my sinuses. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that one really undercuts all that other stuff. Yeah, it pushes it away.
Well, for a second there, I mean, I just smelled like almost like milk chocolate, and then it started coming back in with that sherry.
Yeah, that's what I would say. There you go, milk chocolate. It's not. I
like a sweet milk chocolate.
I like the dark chocolate when I drink scotches and stuff. I like the dark chocolate that you get in there, but this is not. It's not bad, but I'm gonna say I think I like the sherry a little bit more. But this one is so different. It is so unique compared to the other three. Each one of these is very distinct.
I would say.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I would say the flavor is a bit stronger on the Quinta Raban.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a slightly stronger profile.
Wow.
Yeah. And I also gotta say,
not that on the sherry and the other one that you can't smell or taste everything. This one's just punching in a little harder.
Well, port versus sherry. So this one's heavier, darker.
Yeah.
But the sherry is just still so much juicier.
And I will say for me that I think I actually like the slightly heavier flavors coming from the Quinta Raban. Not that, again, that I'd ever turn down the sherry, the La Santa, but I think if I was just going to drink it all day or buy a bottle, I might go with that Quinta Raban just because it's got a bit more spice, a little more chocolate. That's kind of what I like.
Yeah, darker chocolate.
Well, there we go.
Yep.
So we have one more to try. We're going to finish these off camera.
Duar.
And we're going to go to the Nectar Duar. So we'll be right back.
And we are back. And before we go any further with the Nectar Duar, Dennis is going to give us a shout out.
We're going to give a shout out to some of our non-sponsors. These are just some of the, hey, where you going? Hey, bring the whiskey back. Hey, get back here. All right, now that he's back, let me get a shout out to, we're going to do Lost Spirits, which is out of Las Vegas, down by Area 15. They have a wonderful tour down there. They kind of have a maze you go through to do their tasting. Love them down there. Heaven
Great
Hill
time at Lost
makes Evan Williams. They also do Elijah Craig. They make a bunch of things. Took their tour. They were amazing. Frey Ranch is a local one out of Fallon. We've done a couple videos on there. We are big fans of Frey Ranch. And I gotta say, Two Bitch, as far as the bar goes, has been by far our best non-sponsor. We're not sponsored by anybody, but Two Bitch has gone out of their way to give us glasses, the bar lights down there. When they first came out, they would hand deliver their whiskey to us. Love the guys at Two Bitch, but any one of those people, definitely check them out. Again, they're not sponsors, but we do like them. So let's get on to the last one, which is
The Nectar Noir, which is 12 years old and considered to be more of a dessert wine.
or
Yes,
the
finished
dessert wine.
Dessert wine,
Yes.
yes.
It is also the most expensive of the ones we're drinking here.
And Nectar Noir is golden nectar.
Golden nectar. Some people said it was like nectar of the gods or something because they're usually like golden apples.
Glenmorangie price, out of all these, the nectar runs about 80, which is the priciest, depending on, of course, where you're at. And I would say easily the fruitiest and possibly the sweetest.
Definitely up there. So if you haven't figured it out yet, we are going in price.
Yeah.
So this is the most expensive one here tonight. I gotta say, we did this one. We knew about Nectar Noir, but the bar across the street actually got it, and they were selling it for $5, and we're like, there's no way they're selling it for $5. So we would go over there and literally drink their bottle dry because they were selling it for only $5 a shot, and they haven't had it since.
Yeah, they stopped doing that.
Yeah, and they stopped doing that. But I gotta say up front, this one smells the best to me. It's got the punch and it's got the sweetness. To me, this one smells the best.
I was gonna say on the smell, like the most balanced. It's like a bit of everything. Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna say you guys are gonna fanboy. This is your favorite, but having had all of these in a row, this one smells harsh.
Really?
Yes, this is definitely the one I think you pick up the most wine in, but also still ginger. Lots of ginger. Like
I get a little bit of ginger, not a lot.
I ate a lot of ginger.
So this one for me
which
is what if I picked out one of the best things I liked about all of these, they're all in here turned up. That is what I would say. The fruitiness, the berryness of that one, the kind of wine sherry finish of this one's in there, and then your basic goodiness of Glenmorangie.
It's also
I would say all three of those are in there and turned up a little bit. And that could be just the way they do it with the dessert wine and stuff. It's made to be sweeter. It's made to be...
The taste is more complex. It's weird. Like it's tart. There's no sweetness. It's kind of dry. It's finishing kind of light chocolate sweetness. A little bit of spice on that. Which might actually be the alcohol burn, yeah.
So
Maybe.
for me, it's still a ginger burn. It's definitely ginger.
And I actually got to take them in that order.
In reverse order?
I would be happy with any of them, but I would start here and go my.
He's a
work my
gold
way
digger.
down.
It's all about the price.
Yeah. Not on these. This one, like I said, with the water especially, seems more complex, a little spicy, sweeter.
Yeah.
Darker notes, got that nice sweet sherry on there.
And even though we hadn't had that one in 2 years, after tasting the Nectar Noir, I missed the Nectar Noir more than I missed that one. It is good, and it does hit a good niche in there. But if I had to get rid of, say you had to get rid of two, I would get rid of this one and I would get rid of that one and have those two in my bar. Right? So if I ran the Tonopah Liquor Company, which we are the Whiskey 100 Club from the Tonopah Liquor Company, I would probably keep this one would be the basic one. This one and that one on there. We have these two at the bar right now. Because this is a perfectly good scotch to get into scotches, and then that one's just for the Finnish people and stuff like that.
That's what I was just thinking too. If you want to get into scotches, this is a good place to start.
Glenmorangie is a great place. Then you can figure out where do you want to go. Space side.
Everybody says that Monkey Shoulder is a starter scotch, and I'm like, no, go to your Glenmorangie.
We're not going to talk about Monkey Shoulder because we're going to do a video on Monkey Shoulder.
No,
so we're not
well,
going to talk
we
about
will.
Not willingly.
But,
Not willingly. Well, that's what happens when you're not the director.
But also, if you're a scotch drinker and you have a friend that thinks you're crazy, give them Glenmorangie.
Yes.
Yep. They don't all have to be smoky monsters, so
that is
by any
correct.
means.
So I think this is a good place to end. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. subscribe. If you have a whiskey that you would like us to try, put it down in the comments, and we will try to get it.